beautiful people, most welcome to my channel. As always, when moving into a brand new year and everything has been so much about deleting the old, evaporating the old, and doing the work it takes to get out of the old. So that's quite enough. And I've seen it's not always that easy for people to understand. We truly need to do the work ourselves. I may be helping, I may be coaching, I may do loads and loads of healing sessions and online, but then again, we need to integrate how we deem appropriate to live a new brand life that is being fueled by the cosmos, by the universes, and all those energies. We are all brand new electricity, an electrical outlet, if you wish, because we are built um, on light waves, on crystalline light essences, that is our authenticity, and thus moving back into that. We need to understand beyond the awakening. We need to become truly, absolutely, 100% conscious of how to do that. And that is when authenticity kicks in. That is when you create a new every day. That is when you start to realize how to do what you need to do with what kind of technology or applications, if you wish. And that is where you rise into the highest vibration of your electrical outlet. An electrical outlet is no more no less than a light vehicle or making the unseen crystal clear and visible. That is what 2021 was all about. So we had plenty of time while the others were busy creating a shot that will never work. Anyways, we created the shot of light back down into the earth plane, into the organism of earth, with the elements. So what does it mean to our consciousness? Our consciousness is starting to realize, not from the platform of being awake or doing what it takes to move out of the old ways of living, and I'm talking about billions of years, and going back in there from first creation. And of course, that comes with a lot of irritation coming to the platform, being nervous, being agitated, and anger's coming out, and so much stuff. Especially now, I've done a video already about the winter solstice and the complete turnaround. You will find that on my YouTube channel. And so it is truly a time for many in the astrological belt to move straight to the galactic synthetics into your universal essence, and even beyond that. So we will see the rising of many, many great people that finally find their niche into authenticity and offering the world their true capacity and skills. I think here, especially in the Capricorn season, we may start to think in terms of mental strength. That is what Capricorn is about. They keep on working day and night 24/7, right? They don't know the difference between relaxation and work orders, but I find they more or less found their balance into that, and that is moving them into strength. So I will certainly bring out a video for the next 2 years, especially for the Capricorns amongst you, because they have been hit the most in in the most unbeneficial ways, actually. And so it's time we supported them on a bigger platform. So yes, if we look at the energies that are coming through during the month of December and all the way into 2022, that is the way of copper, gold, earth tones, grounding your light, being down to earth, going into your detail, and claiming your knowledge, your wisdom, and especially intelligence. We see a lot of people going backwards in their brains, not doing what is required from them, because everybody has to do the work. And I understand so much as I work a lot. One-on-one seminars with people, and so they move like a fast train forward. It's so to the point, because it's, as the age of Aquarius announces, the age of supreme communications. It's a necessity we communicate. So I understand that oftentimes through online people get lost. They find it too difficult to find the strength and the courage within to do that work themselves. So here I offer a lot of support, especially when the irritation, the agitation, the angers, the that electricity wants to evaporate from your system. You don't know what to do, or sometimes people are just pushing the button like, get out of my life. And then they regret it afterwards because they don't find their point of balance, so to speak. I witnessed that myself as well. So here the point of balance is a necessity. Doing it with the power of truth, peace, integrity, and certain levels of serenity makes you understand why these energies that are being downloaded are agitating you. It's because your central nervous system, the neurotransmitters, so that transmit messages through your brain, are at times about to collapse, because it's a time your neurotransmitters are asking you to listen to them. So it's the other way around. We are inverting everything, and certain spaces in the brain and the body are still aligned to authenticity, to the origin of your connection with your source, your spark, your spirit. And when you feel that like a huge, huge motor in your heart, and the time is the high heart merging, then your body goes like this 24/7, and you feel that upheaval in joy and new creativities, and you know what to do on an everyday level to get out of old streams, which may have been very difficult for some people. So here, as a new thing in my services, as a spiritual ambassador, a channel, an animal psychologist, I do so many things. I've been educated by the universe and by many, many, many guidances, and I have one guidances who popped up because it's a time popped up from Mordecai. Mordecai is an energy field or team of light that has its highest level connection to the elements, and we are definitely working with the repair of the elements. As you know, the air is completely off, water, the oceans, I don't need to talk about that, right? So the water in your body needs to repair, as our body exists about or has, let's say, has almost 90% of water. So moving from the emotional body into the higher senses is what the message is. And so one member of that team of Mordecai, it's actually the entity you may remember as Moses. And so they also upgrade into mastery all of the time. My first connection with him was when I was around, a teenager, 16. So I started to be vegan since the age of 16. I started to read books like The Occult and things. Started to everything differently from my my mates, my friends at that time as a kiddo. Um, but I do remember, which I deem so important today, and that still brings me to tears, is that I entered a church and I saw the entity Mordecai with flowers up, the lilies. You know, the lilies are very connected to him, and I started to smell the lilies through that statue. And from then on, I started to connect to him with him whenever I would pass by that church, but more in the spiritual endeavor, not connected to whatever people do on earth with churches and everything. It should be, or should wise, into a huge meditational place where the truth of meditation comes through, where you change inside out in 1 hour time. Every Sunday, I would say every day. Yeah, before dinner time or something, that would be great to build in a community instead of going to the church to listen to those preachers that have no more to say. Listen to a new download of high spiritual technology straight from your source, your spark self essentially, and your spirit. So that is the age we are moving into, and thus that entity connected to the Mordecai team, his name is Ezra. And I started to I feel it now, that the floor in my home is moving like this. The elements are popping up, and I can see crystal clear underground how the elements are going to assist the entire transition on the earth, especially during the transition of December into 2022. And that's going to be felt massively. And so reconnecting with the elements is number one, and communicating with them, opening up to the telepathic wavelengths and daring to do in your meditation. That is what is being demanded actually, or if you want to be in alignment, resurrecting the animals, and with it come the ideas to resurrect with the elements. So both go hand in hand. We as a species cannot live without a resurrection and the care giving to the animal kingdom as it should be. So many animals at this time are in a very destructive, let's say, brainwave and full of densities, and so we should be careful actually. Many have lost these purified grounds due to the synthetics on the earth, and toxins they breathe and they eat, and so when that goes into the stomach of people, it quite naturally creates a lot of diseases, more mental and psychological, and of course your intestinal tract will prove to not longer be able to digest these heavy foods that were never meant to the human kingdom. So here I encourage you to try out some detoxification for the next few weeks, and detox with great juices. Eat as light as you can. Eat some vegetable broth and carrot juice with ginger and lemons, or alkalize the body with a lot of apple juice and celery, which is great as well. So there's many options to give your respect back to the divine. And the first option comes with the purification of the body. With the purification of the body, it starts to purify the brain. And there's no greater way as purifying the brain than with light technology or your practice in meditation. So here as well, for those who never set or any step into that and knowing how to set up a space for that, that is what I will also offer into one-on-one sessions. Like it's gonna take about 3 days of 4 hours with me to get there. But then again, you have a lot of clearing coming through. The physical, mental, psychological degrees of your body will change 360 degrees. Apart from that, I also coach people, and that is want you to really delete immediately, not wait for a week, months, a whole year before you get something deleted out of your body. Like I said before, like all of a sudden something pops up, you get irritated and it angers you out, and you know, you do things you wish you hadn't done. And so deleting, let's say we have 10 people we do know we need to delete, that goes to the central nervous system, that goes to the neurotransmitters, that goes to the vagus nerve, that goes essentially to the lower body parts, so the sacral and especially the root center, and automatically the solar center will assist you. But getting all old sexual relationships out of the root is number one. Getting irritation and everything you just, you know, allowed and bared into your life while you knew it was the wrong stuff is still embedded in your cell. So in a one-on-one session, I go extremely deep, get the job done, and get all those people out of your system just in 1 hour. And then I give you a follow-up meditation you can do for 1 or 2 weeks, whatever, and you can repeat that whenever needed if you need to delete. It's extremely powerful and to the point, and should be, because the long drawn ways of eliminating are gone and done. So apart from that as well, for those wishing to make the biggest turnaround ever, to resettle with a complete new lifestyle required in 2022, because we will see people get nauseous, people get sick of the food intake. And that is because the earth is purifying and will not take the old toxins anymore. So here I have this 15 weeks online for those interested to becoming a master healer. And that is certified as well if you wish that. And that goes very deep, and you can practice those healings on people immediately. You can practice it all around in the hood and have immediate results. So there's a lot, there's small, large things, and I have the most of fun on the one-on-one actually, because I see such a great turnaround within people's lives, people's brains, people's nutrition, and I see how they, you know, they change just like overnight, and that is great to witness. That is what light technology can do, because you are also great people. So if you need a little push forward, there's plenty of things, small things, large things, whatever you wish. And I especially encourage you, you know, to choose just one small thing, and then gets you going, and then move, 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 move if you have to move houses, you need to move into another job, another country, whatever it may be, and you experience difficulty, that is where I assist immediately, because the energies, the electricity being downloaded will not allow it anymore. And when we don't have the technique to eliminate, evaporate, and get that all out of the system, especially the nervous system, then the brain cannot change and keeps on repeating and repeating all that old stuff. So removing these old cycles once and for all makes you dig into your authentic skills. And that is where it becomes interesting, because I think we all have so many skills. Then again, it's important you step into your specialty. What is it that you master more than anyone in this huge universal alignment? What is it that you dream about, you have a passion about, you don't know how to develop it, etc. That is the message actually here before we hit the the complete turnaround with the Capricorn way. And there's a huge let's say influx of energy through the heart coming through, which is the pink way, which is connected as all the way to Andromeda, to the pink dragon rays. And when you feel that, I feel it from my heart into my feet like this. And that goes, the pink way goes along if you practice in meditation, and you just call for the pink way aligned to any of your gold way or pink gold. That would be great in connection with some copper. So these very potent ways are number one, because they open up into the Antakarana, the bridge of light, the arc of light, reaching beyond synthetic lifestyles. And that is where you feel your universal essence, actually. That is where you start to think outside the old psychological ways of awareness. That was not awareness, that was just, bringing you into the world of truth, actually. Going beyond the world of truth that matches your authenticity, matches the knowledge. Then all these portals in the universe, the first 12 universes, first 12 portals, up into the beyond with the higher 10 ways, we have 22 ways, and then we have a million of subways to connect with. So choices are so many. So here it is easy if you create a space with plenty of crystals under your couch or whatever your seat is, and never have your legs crossed like in the old Indian practices that never work, and reason why they have a hard time in ascension. Actually, it is opening up through the ground floor, go into the center core of this earth, let that beam of golden light shoot up, get you into balance, and then ask for your particular ways to work with. That is surrendering to divine alignment. And that is the easy way if you are not so fond of technology or knowledge, or but at least there is something for everybody all of the time. And so connecting direct to your source and feeling it until the tears flow over your cheeks, that is when you're connected. That is the proof you will have. So yes, if you have any ideas of where to go from, would you like me to talk about a certain subject, please comment, let me know. I will talk about it. I'm in my spiritual shoes since the age of 6. and I was always regarded as a weirdo, strange kiddo. And friends I've known or still know from that time, like it's more than 40 years ago. I mean, they still say you're so weird because, you know, I work hard with the universe. I meditate at least 4 or 5 hours and delete stuff through my body. But then again, it has become a living light lifestyle, which is the origin, and from there we go any ladder up, we connect, and there is no greater time actually than realizing that the team, any team you might have connected that, or those 2000 years ago, like when Christ consciousness was being grounded, they are back on the planet. They're all just in front of you for those clearing the ice. And so if you had already been doing some work and you feel like you're a little bit stuck, don't know how to work with light in your meditation, that is where I can step in, as I have all this information most of the time in my newsletters, so there's plenty of links. Here you can get my free book about the Ascension Movement, the true story I've written on Facebook. You know, out of the old into the gold, and it's 500 pages, and it offers you so much information because it's a conversation with some entity that you'll start to think definitely on a new level. And so check that out if you would like to have that. On the other hand, I do understand as well, many people, like when they feel agitated or they don't know anymore which road to take, that happens many times as well. And moving out of that resistance, that stubbornness that oftentimes gets in the way, there is a movement that I do straight into the celestial and celestial bodies, in which you can hear your spark self talk all of the time. So I will clear the first pair of eyes, I will clear the third eye, so we won't be talking about the fourth or fifth eye. You would have reached nirvana and you wouldn't be here anymore. So we're clearing your physical eyes, moving into the third eye, opening your space in which you see your information crystal clear. Pardon me, is mandatory to understand your personal movement forward. Alright? So if there's any session, I do a lot. Yes, I work 18 hours a day because it's my passion to do so. And I do a lot for the animal kingdoms right now because I put out a project for the tortured animals that are slaughtered, tortured, and I mean, I've been putting out a rescue project. I am an animal psychologist. I'm a human psychologist as well. And I keep on studying the light sciences and receive my divine connection. It's here. So I created with my artwork more and more apparel. All these t-shirts are at 25 euros right now for that project, and through which the largest percentage goes to the project in Mexico, as I'm opening up an animal rescue center over there, and there is not much of let's say animal organizations that open up for free, but it's a great stuff. Like if we rescue so many animals from the abuse of human hands, then that it would be great. You know, one t-shirt would feed many hungry hearts and abused dogs over there. So check out my project, and thank you so much for those who already bought so many t-shirts. I love that. So I'm on my website, or you can buy them on my Etsy shop. So a last message here for this week is just trying to communicate that how important it is you find yourself back. And that goes only through the delete button, deleting everything old. So every time something pops up, be it a relationship, be it a thought form, be it, toxic foods we may be addicted to, could be anything, we understand everybody at this time. We don't judge anyone. We assist. Then if you can delete that and have some easy techniques, I give people very easy techniques like whenever something pops up, you delete it immediately. That's the way to go. Not the long drawn old cycles and spiritual ways, which we still see massively streaming on Google. But if you have your feelers on, sweet, wonderful people, please comment what you want. And I'll do a video about it. Let me know how you feel. Push the button, subscribe, like the video, spread the word if you like my vibe. And that would be so wonderful. So I have a lot of free things to offer here in 2022. So each time I bring out a video, I bring more on that. From the next month on, I will offer one free private session with me, one-on-one, not remote. No. I communicate. I'm with you, like you can see me right here. So, as most know, I work with my I am cards. I am my energy field. I am the resurrection of my own elemental light fabrication, right? So that is my book, The Iron Faculty Cards, or my Surrender cards from modern day ascension and art cards created. So let's just have one for this week, and let's see what we need to pay attention to. Oh, I love that. Hmm. As we didn't talk about it, it says I'm one with self, the meeting. You are or should or could meet up with self because it says the meeting. It's like the self rising, splashing through with the green dragon of knowledge and coming face to face with what needs to go, and then you rise, of course, in that red way, that potent red way vibration of true leadership, true mastery, and get your fire on high. It's card number 16, so 1 and 6 is 7. 7D is our fee because the earth already moved into 5D, and some are moving into 6D, where those things like the lost levels, irritations, agitations, whatever needs to leave your life, people, friendships, jobs, old colleagues, old ways of eating. There's so much, right? But we can come into terms with it and choose, make a list of things actually. And in that list, we do something about it every day. That is, doable for everybody. Here again, I have that book, if you wish to do that, instant manifestation or manifesto consciousness or whatever, but it's a workbook in which you write down how you want to change your life, what needs to go, how you want to resurrect actually. It's available on Amazon. I'll put that link down there as well. And that definitely assists you to gain insight, to be calm within in that serene field, and really start to think for yourself without any outside interference. So when the outside world has gone, that is the time you can go deeper within, and allowing self, because there's many people who still fear going deep within, fearing um, more in a way like, I need to do so much work, I don't know anymore where to start, but at least you realize that you need to do something and have a starting point. So, or if you wish to have a one-on-one healing session and have that starting point and coaching from me, that is where I start out deleting immediately from your brain, from the glandular construction, and that blows through the body. So many also lose a lot of weight with that. So old weight, that belongs in the trash can. So this is especially connected to the water energy. You see that splash of water with the green dragon, and the element, because this book, every card is connected to one of the 5 first elements. So it states, I'm an infinite pool of energy, clearing any obstacle with ease and grace. So because we have the power with a team network in the universe is a team network on the ground, a team network with people we work with on a daily platter. So being one with self implies actually that we integrated every lost aspect of self into a higher ground of education, and in which we work, or we start to work with multiple partners. Talking about partners, a partner could be an animal, it could be a dog, it could be a bird, it could be someone we meet up at times and having a drink with, and not realizing there's always stuff that makes me think, and that is great, that are intelligent partners, somebody at the job or so, or whatever. I at times just meet people in supermarkets and make new friendships. That's my way of doing it. So the meeting with self also symbolizes or announces actually that you are ready to open up your eternal mate or partner, or mating up with yourself, coming into terms with self. So to accomplish that task, that longing, that deep desire, we must have subtracted anything that stands in the way of such a precious encounter. So when we subtract the old, we can add the new. There is no adding the new when the old is not being subtracted, because it gets in the way of a new pure vibration. And it could indicate, of course, we need a lot of elimination procedures, such as blowing through the battle of resistances that remains in the water of the body. So when I clear the water of the body, that is clearing the kidneys, that is clearing the lymph node, that is clearing where you uphold too much on water in your body, which is unnecessary. That is the intercellular, or the intercellular water actually, or the cerebral fluids that flow through and that have thick obstructions, full of toxins. And that is, many times we see people with lymph nodes blowing up out of proportion. So that is truly an indication you need a deep clearing of the lymph nodes and the nervous system connected to the lymph nodes, because the lymph nodes, they go all the way, from your feet up through the knees, and very much located in the root. Then they go both pathways, actually, of your spine. It rises along the spine. There's a lot around the breast area and under the armpits and loads of loads, quite naturally in the throat center. They open up wide here along the cheeks, up, goes back into the back of your brain or the occipital lobe, and has a lot of effect on your way of reacting to things happening. So when clearing the water, I have a special meditation on that, and or I offer a healing session, a one-on-one on that, in which you get the meditational clearing for free. So that is so important, because you lose many pounds in the first place. That goes with old emotions, or even emotions we are not aware of. So if we allow self to accept these lower frequencies and take responsibility to go deep into that water, and many items. There's loads of loads of information I'm not going through, but you know you get the essence right here, right? When you get the essence, you get to know, and you get to understand what the essence of yourself is. You get to understand you cannot be living with a blood circulation that has never been cleansed. You cannot keep on living with a nervous system that has never been cleansed. You cannot keep on living with the skeletal structure that has never been cleansed. I mean, if you don't clear your car out, and your car is 40 years old, it will start choking, right? You need to cleanse, or renew the oil. You need to renew the water. You need to clear out. You need to keep updated with the electricity in your car, etc. And when it's outdated, you throw it away. But you are not going to throw away yourself because you feel outdated, right? No, you need to feel updated, not outdated, updated into a new, brand new, beautiful, wonderful embodiment. So the true you, that is really coming around. So if you have any ideas or struggles with anything, shoot, comment on this on my channel. I will certainly bring out videos of interest. If you give me an item, I will talk about it. But let me know if there's something in the emotional content that you truly still struggle with, or maybe diseases, maybe things, resistances, or find it overall too difficult to heal yourself out, yeah, I would be very grateful to know that. So thank you so much for being with me, uh, sharing, loving my channel, and bless you all. And I hope to see you next week. So thank you so much for subscribing and helping me grow my channel. So all the other information is down in the description box. Thank you so much. I'm Charlotte G.